Guys, again unboxing, and not about these guys. I love them and I will be mounting them later on, but today we talk about some different kind of Deye product, and this is something that is very cool. The three-phase SG05 12 kilowatt inverter, which is SM2, the newer version. And finally, I have got one to show you. This is from one of my subscribers named Yuri in European nearby. So that's his inverter, and I helped him to get it. So we will check it. It's already got a new screen, a new infrastructure, a new topology as well. So let's unpack it and do the unboxing and full detailed review of what's inside. Okay, so the box is open, and what do we have here? We have one tritium ring. I don't know what for. Like, in some cases, it's necessary to use them, and you cannot live without them. In my cases, in all of my inverter, I had never used them. It all works fine. So we have two instructions here. So let me just remove the cover. Oh, yeah, one sec. The packaging, as always, is very good. It's nothing specific, but still, I mean, it's good. It's absolutely standard across the industry, and it's absolutely nice and neat without any issues. Everything arrives, so never I had any with any of the inverters, or I have known about any from my friends or whoever. Two instructions. I see one in English and one in German. That's cool. Let's put them aside. And well, yes, that's a new inverter. Definitely, you can definitely see that's a black rounding, black box around the screen, and you see there are blue writings around the buttons. Buttons are still physical; they are clickable, and the touch screen should be the touch screen. So let's take what is surrounding here. So some communications. This is the probably BMS thing, or for parallel inverters, I believe. There are some. Yes, this is a thermal sensor. There is this I don't know how you call it, spanner. There are some connectors. There are some anchors for wall mounting, and I think it's a CT current transformer. But why it's one here? I don't know. Let's check what's on the other side. So nothing here. Oh yeah, here they are. So there are two more. So yes, we have three CTs, current transformers. They are closed. I won't be opening them, but I mean, seriously, that's a CT, like, indefinitely. What else can you have here? This must be the Wi-Fi. Let's check. Oh, yes, that's a new one already. The one, like, if you remember, I've been opening the 6 kilowatt single phase one. It's exactly same way, same model. So I believe they all are using the newer version of these Wi-Fi models now. And we have something else. And what is this? I'm not sure. Oh, yes. A set of more of these rings. Yes, about the rings, about my experience. As I told you, I have never used them in my inverters, and everything keeps working fine. No issues with the readings. But in case you have high interference, yes, you should be using this kind of thing. They will help to get your readings more accurate. Let me get it out so we can check what's on the sides, what's on the bottom, what's on the top of it, and what is under the hood. So because you can clearly see there are no screws like it was on the older motors. So there has to be some kind of mechanism that opens it. I don't know yet how. So give me a minute to figure it out. Upside down is this guy. So I will not give you the secret right now. Let me turn it over and we will get to it again. But we are starting with the grounding hole 1, grounding hole 2. And believe me that the grounding is also can be connected and should be connected actually on the terminals, because everything is connected there to that exact thing. What else? You have the huge and massive aluminum radiator. Yes, it's huge. It's not it's not the smaller one, the smaller than from the previous version, right? But we still have got the active cooling. This means that these beasts can run. And I believe that you should be already thinking of putting and creating some kind of inverter rooms, specific inverter rooms for these kind of systems where you will be mounting your PV and everything. So what else here? Let me put it down a little bit. So what's important to know is everything is really neatly and nicely designed and explained. So communication ports, battery plus and minus, grid load gen connections, everything is same with the older version, aside of the fact that here we have now on PV2 also double entries, right? So we have the PV1, which is double, and PV2, which is double. About the values, let me turn it over, flip it over, and I will show you exactly what the values are. Okay, here we go with the sticker. And what is the most interesting thing for me is the PV input data. This is 26 plus 26. And what is more important, that's the ISC is 39 plus 39. That's crazy. That's a lot. To everybody who knows, who understands, this means that it can work with literally any type of panels that are available today. Even with those that are 17, 18 amps, yes, they will work, and I can't tell you why, but won't take time at this moment. And well, let's get back to the screen a little bit. Right now, we don't have those diodes that used to be there, like AC, DC, normal, and which one was lost. Yes, that was the alarm one. Right now, we have this diode lighting, which is a brand Deye, and it will probably be lighting with different colors. I haven't seen it yet, but this should be like showing you indications of those other diodes used to be doing this before. This thing looks cool. This thing looks nice. Absolutely neatly designed. No issues with that. And I'm eager to open this. And how to do this? There is a bolt and there is a lock. So this basically means that we have a thing here. And to open it, I probably will have to undo this, and we'll let you know how to do this exactly in just a fraction. The latch is out, so I mean this is a very simple one, very easy one. It was screwed on the by the bolt here, and I mean that's really cool. That's really nice because well, you need the bolt only for transportation thing. You don't need it once you have it in your place mounted already. Let's take a look under here. Well, what's under hood? So, first of all, let's start with the battery plus and minus. You can clearly see and not to mess plus with minus, literally. That's cool. And this kind of bracket is very, very thick and very nice. I would say you cannot touch accidentally plus with minus, and that's cool. That's a PV switch. That's the big one. Definitely. This thing. Yeah, you see DC switch. They use still all good components, and they don't save any money on that. What we have different here, we don't have any circuit breaker that was internally on the 12 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt internally. That one is not present here. We have the two-layer, I see. Yes, that's a two level, I would say. Neutral, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and same applies to load, same applies to gen. And the ground terminal is here. But, well, I mean, who cares if it works? It works, because probably it's because of its size. I see it's actually looks a little bit more compact to me. Maybe it's slightly less wide than the previous version was. Everything in here is, I believe, almost the same. So that's the CAN, Modbus, parallel AB, meter 485, and I believe on the meter right now you can have the 5 volts applied for the smart devices already. We have that same pins. You can check the instructions. What do they mean? We have DRM. We have another array of pins. So, I mean, it allows you to communicate and control a lot if you know what you're really doing. What else? I mean, it's kind of cool. And let me try just like to do this with one hand. If I will be able to do this, I don't know. I have to press heavily. No! Come on, seriously, you probably need 2 hands or maybe even 2 guys. One is pressing and one is locking it. Seriously. But anyways, this is it for now. This was the short review of this Deye 12 kilowatt SM2 inverter, and I hope you like it. If you do, hit the like and subscribe button to see more. Thanks, guys, and see you later.